Picture which will give you a clear idea how plants evolve sexually. This is very easy for plant kingdom if you understand this. So if you see, we all know that plants show haploid gametophyte and diploid sporophyte generations which will alternate. Now we are going to see what is the change in the life cycle and sexual reproduction by the time the evolution is angiosperm. The first one says mosses. So mosses are which type of plants? Mosses are bryophytes. So amphibians of plant kingdom, first plants which came onto the land. Haploid generation is dominant. As you can see, they have clearly shown which part of the plant is gametophyte and which part of the plant is sporophyte. Gametophyte is dominant. Sporophyte is reduced and dependent on gametophyte for nutrition. So even being a diploid generation in bryophytes, sporophytes are not dominant. Now if you see, sporophyte is so called because it produces spores. Gametophyte is so called because it produces gametes. The names themselves say that. Then how do a diploid sporophyte produce spores? The spores are haploid in bryophytes, pteridophytes, gymnosperms and angiosperms. How will a diploid sporophyte will give rise to haploid spores? Through which type of cell division? Meiosis. This is the reason why we see a variation. Then meiosis will give rise to haploid spores and haploid spores will develop into gametophyte. Gametophyte will give rise to gametes. And what type of gametes? The male gamete and female gamete. And on fusion, what does that give? That gives zygote. And the zygote will develop into gametophyte by mitosis because it is already haploid. And again sporophyte will undergo meiosis. So you see that the haploid generation is dominant, giving rise to the diploid dependent reduced generation. So the life cycle is haplodiploidic. Now if you see the ferns are what? Pteridophytes. Ferns are pteridophytes. First terrestrial plants, first vascular plants, and they show the first change in being sporophyte dominant. And this is logical. Maybe a diploid alleles would have given a better phenotype to survive the challenges on the land. So naturally sporophyte started taking the upper hand. Then gametophyte is reduced, but in contrast to bryophyte where sporophyte is dependent, in case of pteridophytes, gametophyte is definitely reduced, but this is independent. You can see green color, it performs its own photosynthesis, reduced but did not give up its pride. This is called as prothallus. So only in pteridophyta, gametophyte is independent. And then the gametophyte will give what? Gametes, male and female, and that will give rise to diploid zygote. Diploid zygote will grow into sporophyte Then sporophyte again undergoes meiosis to give rise to haploid spores, which again grow into reduced independent gametophyte. But what is the dominant stage in pteridophytes? The dominant stage is diploid stage, so we call it as diplohaplontic life cycle. And then seeded plants, both gymnosperms and angiosperms, completely terrestrial plants which classically reproduce through sexual reproduction. The moment we say a terrestrial plant which develops a seed, that moment we see the separate female organ and separate male organ on the plant, which we did not see even in case of pteridophytes. If I see, so the given example here is Pinus. Pinus is unisexual, that is dioecious. Conifers, gymnosperms. We see, when I see male pine tree, how will I say it as male? Because I see male cone. Female pine tree, I see a female cone, I see a male cone. So the entire sexual reproduction started speaking anatomically and also morphologically. That means the genes are evolved to perform sexual reproduction. And whatever is the female cone producing female gamete, male cone producing male gamete, so the dominant stage is sporophyte in both gymnosperms and angiosperms, have evolved to become a flower. This is next level of sophistication. So I have male cone and I have male spore mother cells in male cone. They undergo meiosis to produce male gametes. Same thing in case of the female cone, I have female spore mother cells. They undergo meiosis to give me the haploid female spores. So I am going to do a concept extension in another slide following this. I want you people to follow. It makes you so clear with the terminologies and the pattern of sexual reproduction that you will be surprised to know even the diversity is seen, how the sexual reproduction is same. So flower becomes a reproductive organ finally. I hope I am clear. Is that fine? So in gymnosperms and angiosperms, what is the life cycle? Diplontic. We don't mention haplontic here because the gametophyte is reduced so much that it becomes microscopic, which was macroscopic independent prothallus in pteridophytes. By the time it is gymnosperm and angiosperm becomes microscopic and completely dependent on the sporophyte. The sporophyte occupies the complete frame. I see gametophyte functional only during sexual reproduction. Am I clear?